Hi, everybody. Marye Dean Esquire here at the wallstreetlawyer.com, coming to you live on blackwallstreet.com because Black wealth is critical to Black power. Yeah, I got the meditation music going on in the background. Y'all know the drill. Get in here and hit the share and subscribe button. And drop a B1 in the chat. Let me know you here. And let me make sure we're going live over here. Let me get set up. We're gonna get into it's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So we're gonna get into what numbers you should be looking at on a monthly basis. Actually, I'm gonna probably go through the whole list. I got my handy little chart here. What numbers you should be looking at in your business on a monthly basis. Why we're going to talk about this, because I say all the time, everybody want to be a boss until it's time to start acting like one. Okay, everybody want to be a boss until it's time to start acting like one. And I want to make sure you are out here being a boss who is acting like a boss in these streets. And so when I go live, I come in here and drop some nuggets and some gems and some things that I want you to know. We got that wow statement. See, I give you that wow experience when you work with me. Thank you for the wow experience. I don't know, is it my big hair this morning? I meant to give you this big, kind of curly froey thing going on for Black History Month, but we're still celebrating Black History Month because we celebrated 365 days of the year. And guess what else I got for y'all out there? Yep, rocking my Harriet. Because we just finished Black History Month. And today is the first day of Women's History Month. And so, I'm here for it, and I wanted to give my shout out to one of my heroes. My hair is big, it's wild, it's all over the place. Kind of like me on this Friday. I've been trying to get here since early this morning, but had so many things going on in the office on a Friday. And just want to let me be great, but we're gonna be great anyway. So get in here, hit the share and subscribe button. Somebody talking about my big hair. Yes, okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, hit the share and subscribe button. We're gonna get in here and talk about what numbers you should be looking at on a monthly, weekly, quarterly basis. Okay, let's get in here. So what numbers should you be looking at? Why is this important? Because like I said, everybody want to be a boss until it's time to act like one. And it's more to let's go and cut this off, because at some point I just start yelling over the meditation music in the background. But yeah, everybody want to be a boss until it's time to really start acting like one. And how do we act like a boss? Well, one thing bosses understand that they have to do is a boss has to pay the bills, honey. And for some of you out there, because I know I'm streaming on Boyce Watkins' platform, and he's got where Black women have a voice, and I'm one of those proud Black women. And is the home for intelligent Black people. So because we are intelligent and Black, I know that y'all have big bills, right? We got people on payroll. We're paying people because no one win the Super Bowl all by themselves. I don't care how great they are. Michael Jordan didn't win the championship. I'm gonna play with my big head the whole time. Yes, y'all love it. So Michael Jordan didn't win the whole championship by himself. He had a whole team, and everybody has to play their part on the team. What's with it? It just, well, I thought I had this together, but now it just feels kind of all over the place. Okay. This is Big Bob thing going on. Somebody else said I'm intelligent. Yeah, I got a lot of brain I'm hiding under all this hair. Thank you so much. The Zam fam. Thank you so much, Mr. Zam fam. Yeah, but no, today is the first day of Women's History Month, and we're getting into what numbers you should be looking at on a monthly basis, on an annual basis, on a quarterly basis. And the reason why we're getting into these numbers, because like I said again, everybody want to be a boss until it's time to start acting like one. And I am the wallstreetlawyer.com. I'm going to make sure you are acting like a boss. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure that you're acting like a boss. And one of the ways that we make sure that we are acting like a boss is we make sure that we are doing what bosses do. Bosses pay bills. Bosses pay other people's bills, i.e. by having a payroll, by having people on your salary, and things like that. So you're upholding a lot. And so in order for you to maintain all these things on your shoulders, we know that you have to make sure your business is running systematically like clockwork, that you're doing something, because those bills come systematically like clockwork, don't they? Those bills, they come on time. The corporation is running a well-oiled machine, just like a, like a Ferris wheel, like a assembly line. And that is how you really want to run your business. And so because like I said, these bills come on time, they're not going to ever be late telling you got to pay your money. And so because of that, we want to make sure that our business has some predictability about itself, that our business has some things that we can rely on. And so we do that by making sure we are starting to work in the flow of systems. And so one of those systems is right, when you come work with me and you hire me to be your legal partner and business coach, we make sure the systems that I make sure, the 4 main systems that every business needs, is going to be a legal system to make sure that you're illegally compliant. You're going to need an insurance system to make sure your insurance is compliant. You're going to need a financial system to make sure you are looking at your books and money is coming in and going in and out systematically in a way that will not leave you stressed, stranded, broke, busted, and disgusted. And then you want to make sure your tax system, the 4 pillars that we talk, your tax systems are up to par so that you can keep as much of that money in your pocket and away from Uncle Sam. So that's what we do. And so right now I'm focused on just your financial systems. Because how do you measure a company's health? You have to measure that company's health by looking at that company's financials. It's the financials. And so what financials should you be looking at on a monthly, because it's the first of the month, monthly basis? So let's get into that. Okay, so my little handy let's see, I'm gonna try to make it bigger. Give me a second here. So we got let's see, well-oiled machine. Yep, a whole team play your part. That's right. Right? So make sure you hit the share and subscribe button, because I'm going to drop some nuggets in here. We're going to get into what numbers you should be looking at. And this is going to be something that I bring to you quite frequently. And if you've heard me live before, you may have noticed, you may be familiar with the financial systems that make sure that you're protected financially, set up financially to support your business. And so let's see, where am I? What to look at so we're going to go, I'm going to start with the weekly numbers, because it is a system and I can't, skip the weekly. The best way to know if you're on the right path is to be able to read the numbers of your business. And it's a whole lot easier to get that set up before you have multiple streams of revenue. So you want to make sure your chart of accounts set up in QuickBooks. For most of you who are solopreneurs or small businesses, and even some of you big ones use can use QuickBooks. Even if you want to make sure that those chart of accounts that are set up in QuickBooks to classify your money according to the tax systems, what tax deductions that you can take for your particular business, you want to make sure that that is set up in QuickBooks according to, so that you can take a quick snapshot of your financial health, right? And so you want to get that set up, and it's a lot easier to get that set up before you start making a lot of money and you have several revenues of income, lots of packages, programs, and products to account for. So the sooner you get started with setting up your financial systems, the better. So what do you want to look at on a weekly basis? On a weekly basis, you should be looking at your cash flow, because you need to know how much money you got, coming in, how much money you got going out. So that way you don't overdraw your account. I mean, duh. So you want to know the ins and outs of money. Do you have enough in the bank or in the credit to cover your bills, make payroll, and pay yourself for the week? Your weekly financial analysis. Your business manager should be providing a weekly financial analysis template, or you can set up one yourself. And so every week you are looking at these numbers. Now, why are you looking at them every week? Because you're looking at them every week, which is why I wanted to start on a weekly basis, because you have monthly goals that you are trying to hit. And so looking at how you're doing on a week-to-week basis will help you know what you need to do. Should you go put your foot on the pedal, go a little faster, or have you gone so fast now that you just need to kind of follow up on leads and close in some things? Maybe you have a little extra that you want to spend you have extra money now to spend a little more on marketing because your cash flow is up. And so these are the decisions, the financial decisions you can make as an entrepreneur when you are looking at these numbers systematically. Nothing will come in and surprise you. Okay. So now we're getting down to the month. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Okay, and why are we talking about the first of the month? Well, because for most of you people who are job dependent, the first of the month is payday. And for those of you who are not job dependent, one thing you do know about payday is you may be paying people now, and you may have people on your payroll, and paying money is going out on the first of the month. So what numbers should you be analyzing on the first of the month to make sure that your business health is up to par? And so one of those numbers, let's see. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So the profit and loss statement, also known as a P&L, and your balance sheet should be reviewed every month. By reviewing the P&L, you can determine if you are hitting your numbers and evaluate what you would need to do in order to do so if you are not. So you want to look at your profit and loss statement. Okay, are y'all with me? I want y'all to drop a profit and loss statement in the chat. Drop a P&L. Let me know that you're with me. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're here. We got monthly goals. What are your monthly goals? How do you know if you're hitting those monthly goals? If you've anybody out there who have worked in any type of sales job and any type of retail job, one of the things that we knew for certain was that they always analyzed they always gave you goals. It was like, you talked about these goals that you had every week. You talked about these goals that you had every month. And you definitely talked about these goals that you had every day. And, they even talked about hour. You had a meeting in the morning. You had a meeting at mid-lunch. You had a meeting at lunch. You had a meeting at mid-afternoon. You had a meeting at the end of the day, constantly determining, taking your temperature to see how well you're doing, to see if you are on track or off track with your financial goals. And so if you had to do that working in retail, don't you think the same is true? Don't you think the same is necessary, and that same focused attack is needed to make sure that you're hitting those financial numbers in your own personal business? And I show you how to do that in my lift systems. And right now we're talking about the financial systems and what numbers you should be looking at on a monthly basis. I am Marye Dean Esquire at thewallstreetlawyer.com, coming to you live on Fly Nubian Queen Network, because the network where Black women have a voice. I am one of those proud Black women, and happy to be here. Also coming live to you at blackwallstreet.com, because Black wealth is critical to Black power. Coming to you live on my Instagram page, as well as Marye Dean Esquire, my YouTube page. We all over the place, just like this hair, but I digress. I digress. So you should be looking at your profit and loss statements every single month. You should be analyzing your business health every single month. So let's get into it. What exactly is a profit and loss statement? Okay. Let's see. A profit and loss statement, guys. What is the profit and loss statement? A profit and loss statement is a financial document that shows the company's revenues and expenses over a specific period of time. In this case, we say, well, this is their numbers you should be looking at every single month. So you should be examining your profit and loss statements from month to month. Okay. Is one of the three main financial statements that are used to create a complete picture of a company's financial health. The other two statements are the cash flow statement and the balance sheet. Okay, a P&L includes the following components: revenue. Revenue, the money a business makes from selling its goods or services. How much money is just coming in? Revenue. Expenses, all the costs that you've expended to generate your revenue. And I must remind you, the reason why you're also making sure you're keeping up with these numbers is because those expenses, a lot of them are tax deductible. And if they're tax deductible, you know what that means? That means that it comes off the top before you even count what your income is for tax purposes for the sake of the IRS. It comes straight off the top, your business expenses. And so your expenses are all the costs that you use to generate revenue in your business. Your income is how much money a business makes. Gains, any gains during the period, such as selling unused equipment, also known as capital gains. Losses, any losses incurred in that period. A P&L statement is typically broken into several sections. You have your net sales. The top section lists net sales. Your cost of goods sold, also known as COGS. The cost of goods sold is listed below the net sales. You're going to have a gross profit. Right? The gross profit is the difference between net sales and the cost of goods sold. And you're going to have your net income, which is going to be your bottom line on a P&L. And it's also known as the profit or your loss. So basically, your net income is going to be your bottom line. And you're hopefully, for all of you, all of the people that work with me, I hope it's always a profit and never a loss. In most cases, you want to see your profit positive. You want to be profit positive. Another term for being profit positive is also known as being in the black. The name of my business, In the Black. Doing business is blackwallstreet.com. So In the Black resources, business builder resources to help keep you and your bank account in the black. We will hopefully that you all stay in the black. Some exceptions where it's acceptable to see a loss is when the company made a strategic investment during one period to decrease costs or increase sales in a latter period. The IRS gives you a period of time where they allow you to take losses. We also know, because and that follows the saying that it takes money to make money, and so that's why the IRS allows it. That's why it's important. So this is how you examine your business health. These are what numbers you should be looking at on a monthly basis, and we went over the numbers that you should be looking at on a weekly basis as well. I am Marye Dean, Esquire, here at the wallstreetlawyer.com, coming to you live. Why? On blackwallstreet.com, because black wealth is critical to black power. And I'm signing out. Bye-bye.